If I told you that you could buy an asset today, own it, have it pay for itself, and potentially recover every pound you invested within 5 years, you'd probably think I was talking about some sort of investment scheme, but I'm not. I'm talking about buying a business. And this is one of the biggest mindset shifts that people first have whenever they join our business buying blueprint. Because most people understand property investing and very few understand business investing. So today I want to explain why I think buying businesses is one of the most misunderstood wealth building exercises. Imagine you buy a rental property for £300,000. Maybe you put down a £75,000 deposit first. You rent it out, the tenant pays the mortgage. Hopefully the property goes up in value over time. It's a perfectly valid investment strategy. But here's the reality. If you put in £75,000 into that property, how long before you'll eventually get that £75,000 back into your bank account? Usually it's not quickly. Most of your return comes from capital appreciation over time, or when you eventually refinance or sell. Your rental income may generate a positive cash flow, but it rarely returns your full investment within the first few years. Now let's compare that with buying a business. A profitable business generates cash every month, every quarter, every year. And if you structure the acquisition properly, the business itself can contribute paying for the acquisition. That's a completely different model. Instead of waiting years for the asset to increase in value, the asset is producing cash from day one. Now, before we go any further, this is not guaranteed. Not every business can do this. Not every deal should be structured in this way. And it depends on buying the right business at the right price with appropriate due diligence and sensible financing. When the numbers work, it changes how you think of acquisitions forever. I use a simple equation. Business value plus cash generation plus smart deal structure gives you faster capital recovery. Notice what's missing? Luck, speculation, hope. This is about buying profitable businesses that already have customers, systems, and cash flow. One of our members inside the Business Buying Blueprint recently completed on a deal that demonstrates this perfectly. I'll simplify the numbers to make the concept easy to understand. The business was generating about 1.2 million in annual revenue, and the EBITDA was approximately 240k. That means before financing and certain accounting adjustments, the business was producing around 240,000 a year in operating earnings. Rather than paying the full purchase price upfront, the deal was structured. There was an initial down payment, part of the purchase price was deferred over time, and the remaining payments were made from the profit produced by the business. In other words, the business helped fund its own acquisition. And that is very different to writing a huge check on day one. People often hear the word EBITDA and they totally switch off. Don't, because it's one of the most important numbers when buying a business. Revenue tells you how much money comes in, profit tells you what's left after expenses, and EBITDA gives you a clear view of the operating earning power of that business before financing decisions and certain accounting items. It's one of the key measures that buyers, investors, and lenders use to assess value. And if that EBITDA is healthy, you may have flexibility in how a deal is financed and repaid. Here's how I encourage people to think. Ask yourself this question. How quickly could this business repay the capital I've invested? Not how quickly can I sell it? Not what might it be worth in 20 years' time? Instead, how quickly does this business produce enough cash to cover the investment that I've made? That changes everything. You're looking at cash generation, not appreciation. This isn't about buying any business, it's about buying the right business. You need healthy recurring profits, reliable cash flow, a sensible valuation, strong due diligence, and the right deal structure, as well as a clear plan for running and growing that business post-acquisition. Miss one of those and the equation changes. That's why education matters so much. Once you acquire the business, we move into stage 5 of the Business Buying Blueprint. And this is where you run and scale the business. This is where we start asking better questions. Can we improve marketing? Can we rank higher on Google? Can we introduce SEO? Can we introduce paid advertising? Because every improvement increases the earning power of that business. And stronger earnings also increase the value of that business. This is another way that I think about it. The value created equals better business times better leadership times time. The goal isn't simply to buy. The goal is to buy well, operate well, and grow it well. And that's where long-term wealth is created. And this is exactly why our Business Buying Blueprint is not just about acquisitions. It's built around 5 stages. Define it, find it, fund it, finalize it, and run it and scale it. Because buying the business is only one chapter. The real opportunity starts after completion. I continue working with our members after they acquire the business to help them become better operators as well as better buyers. Property has created enormous wealth for many people, and it absolutely has its place. But businesses are different. A well-bought business isn't just an asset that you hope appreciates. It's an asset that will generate cash while you own it. And that's why I find business buying so exciting. You're not simply buying something. You're buying an engine that, if you've done your homework, structured the deal well, and continue improving it, can create value year after year. If you're serious about buying a business the right way, learning how to value a business, structure deals and grow them, this will be one of the highest return skills that you can develop. If you'd like to learn how we help our members do exactly that inside the Business Buying Blueprint, check out the links below. And if you've enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel and let me know in the comments below.